Last time I showed you how to install a blog right here, installing WordPress, I took you into what was called cPanel. cPanel is basically your hosting controls. That's when you buy your hosting from whoever your host is, if they have cPanel hosting, which is really what you want, they're going to give you access to what's called their cPanel. That's what I want to show you right now. The reason why, it's very simple. I'll show you. So if you go to whatever your domain name is and you type after it cPanel, just like that, it will take you to your access where you can log in to your cPanel. Very simple, very straightforward, no big challenge there. Now you'll go ahead and you'll type in your username and password. I hope I have mine memorized. Yep. And this is cPanel. This is where we showed you that to look for a software called Quick Install or Scriptlicious or something like that to install your WordPress stuff. I just wanted to give you a real quick look at what's in here. You have your file controls, which will literally allow you to go out and look at your file structure. Let me click on that. This is your file structure on your host. If you click on WHTML, there's your blog. Don't mess with any of this stuff unless you really know what you're doing, because you'll lose your website. So we can go up one level by clicking up one level. But there are going to be things you want to do inside File Manager, and I'll take you through some videos on how to use it. But right now I just wanted to show you that was available. Another thing that you might want to worry about is emails. So if you type in up here, email, it pops up here. So I'm going to go to email accounts. I don't have anything. I just have kind of like a default catch-all. So if somebody emails Bill at Learn WP Pro, it's going to come to this email box. I'm not reading the email anywhere, but that's what it's for. So I want to add or create an email address. So I click over here on this Create button, and I'm going to call this WJM@Learn, and then I'm going to type in my password that I use. 250 megabytes is fine, and create. So now I just created that email. That wasn't really hard to do. But how do you connect and read it? Well, you can check your email by going into WP, into your cPanel and going into email and then check mail. Or you can connect devices. So if you want to connect devices, right here has how you actually set these things up in the various devices. Now, if you have iOS and phone, you just click on this and follow instructions. Will automatically install it for you. Like if I have Apple Mail, I can click that. We'll run a script and install it so that it will come straight into your mail reader on your desktop. If you have other devices, you can do that as well. Mail for Windows, Microsoft 2010, Microsoft Live Mail, or you can actually do something that a lot of people like doing, and that is they come in here where it says check mail, click on check mail, and one time log into your mail thing right here, and then click on forwarders. So I'm going to add a forwarder. So anything that comes into WJM Pro will go to WJM@Microsoft. Add forwarder. Okay, now whenever I get an email to WJM@Learn WP Pro, it will show up in the inbox I have set up for my my mail program. And that's the big thing I wanted to show you. Is you want to set your mail up, and then instead of having 53 different emails, I have a ton of email addresses. I kind of forward them all. I keep a couple that I use as personal emails, but everything else is forwarded to typically that one I just showed you. So that's the webmail function that you can do within cPanel. So that's how you set up your email. It really isn't that hard. I want to get back to cPanel. There we go. Click on the word cPanel. So I showed you your file manager, and I showed you how to create an email address. You may be asked to create FTP accounts. Not hard to do. I'm not going to show it to you now. Databases, you'll work in PHP MyAdmin if you're doing a manual install, or if you're doing an install of a WordPress backup file. It gets complicated. We have some software that we use where basically all you need to know to have it work is your domain username and password, and just a little bit of code right here, which is where your files will end up. And that's why we offer that install program, because it makes installing pre-designed websites that are just gorgeous really easy for you to do, something for you to consider. Anyway, this is cPanel. Nothing much more you want to learn in here, but you can get in here and look around. Just be really careful not to mess anything up. Now, I've been using cPanel for 16 years. Okay. So and how I learned was I dove in and made mistakes over and over and over and over and over. Believe me, I screwed everything up at least 40 times. You don't want to learn that way. Be glad you're watching these videos. The primary things you'll do here would be file manager, email, and maybe database.